Hello, everybody. This is episode 2 of the last podcast you'll ever need. Round Zero is episode 2.
Episode point two.
Again, I am Stefan. I'm here with my friend Kevin.
Hello.
And we're here to talk about anything game-related, movie, TV, film-related, anything we really feel like talking about. So, as we did last episode, let's talk about what we are playing or what we have seen. And Kevin, you want to start?
Yeah. I saw Furious 7 this weekend.
All right. What did you think?
I thought it was great. I don't think it was the best in the series, but it was a good ending.
It was a good ending.
It tied everything up. And it had a good thing for Paul Walker at the end too, which I like.
How much did you cry? How much did you cry?
I did not cry. I thought it would be much more sad, but I was still sad.
I teared up. I ain't gonna lie. I teared up.
Yeah, I feel like I thought about it more afterwards. Like, oh man, that's the last movie I'll watch him in.
What got to me was, it's not even the part where, and this is spoilers, like he's with his family stuff. It was when he's in the car driving next to Vin Diesel. Like, that's the part I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
And he's just like looking across and like, I know this is not like really him. I know this is like where they kind of did all the movie magic and stuff.
Right.
It looked awkward or something, but it was just like, wow, this is hitting you right now. Right?
Yeah, and then they showed clips of him from all the movies going back, and like the old original Fast and Furious. He's like such a kid. You feel so
Does
bad.
that make you old though? Feel old as well?
Yeah,
Because I was like, oh wow, like
I
I remember this. And I was like a kid, and now I'm old. And
right, I was like, he didn't age that much, and then they show me like, oh my gosh, like it's been, I mean, at least over 15 years, right?
I think so. It's been early 2000s. The first one came out, right?
I think it was late 90s.
No way. Look this up.
All right, let's IMDb this real quick.
Real quick, because I believe has to be. I'm guess.
I don't know.
2001. That's my guess.
Of course, it has the. Oh yeah, you're right. 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Right on. I told you. Nailed it.
Nice.
Nailed it.
So yeah, 14 years. Yeah.
But that's a long time.
I know. We were in high school.
Were we in high school? 2001. We were in high school.
Oh shit.
That's junior high.
It was 8th grade.
That's junior high.
Damn.
Wow. Okay. Anything else you've been watching, playing, maybe?
I've been watching Turn. It's an old show, but it's on Netflix.
I haven't seen Turn.
I don't know. It's about like American Revolution.
Okay.
It's
I know what you're talking about.
It's on AMC.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The second season's about to start.
How was it?
But it's really good. I'm almost done with the first season. It's all on Netflix now.
Okay.
And then the second season just started this week, but it's really good. It's got cool characters. I like the history stuff too. And it's a good cable show. AMC's been doing well.
AMC's been nailing it. They've been killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Walking Dead, and last week you said you're not. They had Walking Dead.
About Walking Dead.
They have Better Call Saul, which is doing really well. I haven't seen it though.
I want to watch that.
I haven't watched any episode.
Because he's a lawyer, so I feel like I could watch it.
I feel like I think that's one of the shows I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait till Netflix because I just for that show.
At this point, I've missed like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I was just like, I record it. I record like every episode, and I'm just like, I kind of did the same thing. Marvel Agents of Shield. I recorded every episode. I didn't start watching it until like it came on Netflix, and then I was like, oh, I'm recording it still, and I kind of caught up with season 2 that way. But
right.
I feel like I'm gonna do the same thing with Better Call Saul. Anyways, any games or anything? Are you still playing the Final Fantasy?
Still playing Final Fantasy.
How's it getting better? Like it?
Yeah, I think once you get the hang of it, I liked it better. I don't know. The one thing, and this is like a personal pet peeve, I don't like games where like there's only a limited time to do things.
Yes.
I feel like it adds like a pressure on me that I
agree.
I don't want. Like that's like it. So it has like there's only so many hours before each mission, and you have to do certain things, and it's like there's not enough time to do everything, and it just like stresses me out, and I don't like that. Yeah. Like I like to take my time, explore, yes. Which you can do. It's not like it's gonna run out, but like every move has to be so calculated, and like I don't have a strategy guide or anything, so like I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Agreed. I think that's why I don't like. This might be blasphemy for some people. I don't like Majora's Mask. I got a DS. I rebought it. I was like, you know what? I didn't like this as a kid. I'm gonna try it again, right? Because you know when you're a kid, you
Still
don't,
don't
you
like
don't. No, and yeah, and again, I was like, it just doesn't. It's not the way I want to play a Zelda game. I don't want to feel limited. I don't want to feel like I have to like manage my time. I just want to go in a Zelda game, and that's why I'm just not a fan of the
the day night. I don't need that added stress.
It just okay. Anything else?
That's it, I think, right now.
All right. Me personally, I just knocked out Daredevil. I think finished it actually. I think last night, and all I can say is, goddamn, it's just so good, and it's so different than anything we've gotten. I think Marvel wise, or even like no, so different from a superhero TV show we've gotten, and a lot of that's because it's on Netflix and everything. But it's like there's no cheese. There's zero cheese in that show.
It's more like Dark Knight style,
but it's not even like it's dark. It's that level of dark, but it doesn't feel as maybe as dire as Dark Knight. I feel in a way that Dark Knight's more darker, but it's not, because Dark Knight doesn't really have like the gore and blood like Daredevil. But for whatever reason, I still feel like Dark Knight's darker. It doesn't make any sense at all, but that's how I feel. But Daredevil, it's so good, and they don't like. I was listening to a podcast, and I totally agree. And they said they don't really like go deep into the origin. It's just like, okay, this guy's here and go, and it's kind of a good thing they do it. Like you see him.
You're tired of seeing.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing like, okay, we have to start from the very beginning.
Smallville
see
style.
him kid do that. It's just kind of like, boom, you're in it. He's this guy, and then like you get like flashbacks and stuff throughout the show, and kind of how you get.
So you don't need it all at once.
No, you don't get all at once, and it's just so well done. And then the villain's fantastic. He's one of those villains where you're like, there's so many layers to him. The action sequences are phenomenal. I don't know if you heard about the one everyone's raving about is like in episode 2. Little spoilers. Like he's beating all these guys. It's all in one shot. It's just like one hallway shot that just hold there.
Oh, love when that.
And
happens.
he's just like going beating all these guys, going in rooms, coming out. And you're just like, wow, this is really good. This is where it's at. So.
And it doesn't have Ben Affleck. So.
Oh no, but. Hey, now Ben Affleck. I mean, speaking of Ben Affleck, what a career turnaround, you know? Like he started off hot and then just like went downhill and then just came back like on fire.
True.
I mean, I think that's more because he
just was more selective.
He stepped behind the camera a bit.
Yeah.
And then once he started stepping in front of the camera again, it was like, oh, I have more respect for this guy again. And he just made some really.
I think he was just more selective. I think there was a time when he just said yes to everything. Clearly.
I think he needed that money, dude, to support Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, God.
Needed it. He's just like, I gotta take whatever I get to support this girl.
She still has a career, so.
I mean, she's in like American Idol now. I don't even know what season American Idol's in now, but
20, 29, 30.
I don't know. I don't care.
Just printing money.
Ugh, whatever. As for playing, still playing the Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Gotten a little bit better. I am level like 73 or 2 or something like that.
Jesus.
But there's still like plenty of bosses left, which is ridiculous. Like I look on the old boss guide, and it's just like there's like at least like 5-6 more bosses. I'm like, ugh.
Damn.
But I'm struggling along. It's like I like it.
You like it? You like it?
I like it. I recommend it. It's one of those games you have to just be patient with because it'll make you swear and be extremely pissed off, and then eventually there's like you have an epiphany. You're like, oh my god, I know how this game works, and then you actually play that game.
The learning curve.
It's a hard learning curve, but once you understand it, once you play it, you enjoy the game. And then the last thing I've been playing, which I just got it last night, playing it all day today for the most part, Mortal Kombat X.
Yes.
And it's funny how like I can't believe we're still playing Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? Because like Mortal Kombat's like 92, I think, or something. 90 something is when the first Mortal Kombat came out.
Right.
And we're in 2015. I'm still playing Mortal Kombat.
Older than Fast and the Furious.
Older than Fast and the Furious. And it's crazy. It's like you think how many fighting games have come and gone, and like Mortal Kombat's still there.
Yeah.
And like Street Fighter, you know. And
so this one, is it traditional? Like, are there like the weird swords and weapons and stuff, or is it just traditional?
It's like, did you play the Mortal Kombat 9?
No, wait, maybe.
Mortal Kombat 9 was the last one that just came out in 3D. It's like, it's 2D playing, it's more straightforward.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like that again. The only difference is now, like, each character has 3 different fighting styles.
Okay.
And that will give them, like, almost like an entirely new moveset. So you kind of pick
and
which
you can
one
switch
you like.
between on the fly.
No. You pick at the start of the thing. You're like, okay, you know what? So you figure out which set you like the most.
So like Marvel vs. Capcom almost.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And you pick which one. Like, okay, you know, I like this version of Sub-Zero, and you go.
Okay.
And it's good. There is some little controversy with that too, I guess. With I haven't looked at that much. What I've heard is the microtransactions. I guess they're pretty ridiculous right now.
Like to buy each outfit.
You can
or what?
buy like you can pay like I was thinking on there it was like you could pay I think it was like $30 and unlock everything. There's also like there's like these easy fatalities. This was what Mo was telling me. There's these easy fatalities which are in the game, and you push like you hold R2, push like square.
It's like
and it does the fatality.
Simple thing.
He was telling me, and I never don't. I'm not saying this is right or if it's true or not. This is what just off from what he said.
Yeah.
Is that there's a limited amount of easy fatalities, and once that's out, you have to buy more. And I was like, how do I feel about that? I'm like, well, if you buy easy fatalities, that's just dumb.
Yeah, it's just
that's dumb.
I don't have. I mean, I think there's been other games before, maybe another fighting game that did have where you just pay at the beginning and you unlock everything. And I feel like I don't have a problem with that. I mean,
no, I don't have a problem with that, and I have no problem anyway. I mean, spend your money how you want to spend your money.
Right, it's like buying a Game Shark back in the day.
If you want to do that, it's all fine. But I'm like,
but yeah, the fatality.
Like easy fatality. I'm like, really? Like, are they that hard that you need to buy? And like, and it's stupid to actually, and it's also on their side stupid to charge that. Just make it an option. Like people just want to have the easy fatalities. Like why?
Right, like a one-time fee if you're gonna do. I mean,
no, I don't even charge that. I mean, that's separate from unlocking everything and just something simple for your audience to like. I mean,
yeah, that's annoying.
That's dumb.
That's just.
But so that's what I'm playing. So you want to get into the news?
Yeah, let's do the news.
Let's start off, and this is a week old, so it's basically what our thoughts of basically from last week, right? But that's fine.
Last week tonight, right?
Last week tonight. So let's start off with some gaming news. The big thing I want to talk about, which I'm very excited, is last week they announced a new Deus Ex. It's called Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. And before this actually got announced, there was a bunch of like they're doing some stuff on Twitch and other stuff, and then of course it got leaked, and there was like, screenshots and all that stuff.
And they were like, "Okay, here it is. You got us."
Yeah, but this is something I'm so excited about. Have you played the Human Revolution, the previous one?
No, I have not.
So that game was probably on my top 10 favorite games of last generation. It would be on that list. It was so good. It was like a first person. I don't even know how to say first person. I mean, it was first person, but it was also third person. But it reminded me of like Metal Gear Solid. You can like peek behind corners. You get attachments for your guns. You can get silencers, snipe your dude.
Is it like sort of Hitman like where it's like customizable?
It was like Hitman, Metal Gear Solid.
But there's like genetic modifications.
And there's genetic modification. Yeah. It was just so good. And I played the hell out of it. I beat it like 3 or 4 times. And I mean, and the game didn't even have New Game Plus, so I had to like start from scratch again. And I love that game so much, and I did it because most of the time I was like, "You're gonna scratch again." I'm like, "Nope."
Yep.
I beat it. I'm
New
done.
Game, yeah.
But that game was so much good. It had a terrible ending, but I guess they're just gonna like make up an ending and say it's a canon. I don't know, but
restart.
Yeah, but like, I feel like let's talk about Square Enix for a moment. I mean, seems like they're turning around a bit now this year. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like years past, it was you don't know what they were doing. Like they did like what 3 different Final Fantasy 13s that no one wanted.
Yeah, and then scrapped 2 of the 3, right? Or now I guess 13-2 came out. They scrapped Versus, or basically.
Well, Versus is 15.
Right.
But
I mean, I don't that. I mean, this is like a whole nother can of worms. But the whole like every Final Fantasy now has to be in this like crystal universe thing just annoys me because it's like the whole thing that was cool about Final Fantasy before, and I know the first games were like the first few were all about the crystal and stuff, and crystals are always involved, but they were never like in this like same world where we use all these weird names. Which, by the way, they throw out all these terms that nobody understands what they are, or like these places, and it's just like it should be its own thing with its own characters, and I don't need sequels, and I don't need.
Yes.
I just that whole thing kind of bugs me, but I mean, 15 I think is going to be awesome.
15 looks awesome.
So
they announced this. They announced the.
And it's different. So
it's different. And then again today, if we're going to jump into the next one, jump a little ahead.
Yeah.
Star Ocean 5.
Yes, which is also exciting.
Got announced. Now, I don't play that much Star Ocean. You're more of a Star Ocean guy.
Yeah.
To me, so tell me how you feel about this one.
I mean, I'm excited. It's been a long time, really. I think it's a great action RPG, and I just like they always have a good story. I mean, it's very Japanese, so I don't know. Some people like it, some people don't. But I think it's good to bring back stuff like that that's so well known, and they're just gonna they're gonna sell a boatload. So I don't know why they wouldn't do it. I don't know how it took them so long, but
I mean, it feels like they finally opened their eyes. Like, oh, should we
yeah
finally do some stuff now?
Yeah.
I mean,
like remake Final Fantasy VII, do it.
Well, no, that's not. You gotta give up on that, man. Oh, and another news, which top of my head, do you see they're doing the CD of Final Fantasy for arcade? And I guess it's gonna come out for PlayStation 4 like next year.
I saw they were going to be arcade machines. I did not see it was coming.
Basically, they showed like, it was like they did like a screen, like one side, a split of screens of like arcade and PS4 version, and you're like, ooh, okay. So it looks good, and it showed like cloud and stuff.
Right.
That's the most for me in Final Fantasy VII. I'm sorry, but that's as close as you're gonna get.
I played the city on PSP, and I loved it. I thought it was great.
So. That's coming. So, I mean, again, like, going back, I think Square Enix seems like they're finally ready to change their ways and listen. And they're supporting more of... Because, like, there's rumors of Hitman's coming down soon. They have Rise of the Tomb Raider coming out later this year. I mean, because was it ADOS? A-D-O-E, whatever, how do you say it?
ADOS.
ADOS?
E-I-D-O-S.
They're part of Square Enix now, too, right? So it seems like... acquiring them, starting to actually put out the Final Fantasies and stuff they want.
Yeah.
Put them back on the right track on everything. Put them right track and make them people actually like them again and be relevant again.
They try and be too radical, I feel like, or they were trying to be too radical. They just needed a little more. They were like going the Sega road of just like
God,
just destroying Sonic and ruining everything.
It's funny because this is off topic right here. We're going a little bit off topic,
that's fine.
I mean, earlier this week, I was talking to I forgot what buddy I was from. I was talking to a friend. I don't know what a friend was, and like we started talking about Sega, and we just like looked at how dire it is at Sega now. It's like they have nothing now. Like Sonic is just garbage. Like there is no good Sonic game, and like. I don't know what they have now. I mean, they have no Monster Hunter's Capcom. I thought Monster Hunter was Sega. It's not even Sega. I mean, what did they have? Like Alien Isolation? I think that was
just
Sega.
Awful. What was the?
They had Condemn, which was pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't know that it sold that much. What I don't get, and this is like, they need like a movie studio head or someone to just take over the boards of some of these game companies and just be like, okay, you have shareholders. Like, do you want to make money for your shareholders? Like, remake Sonic Adventure with HD graphics, and the world would explode, and you would sell $1 million.
I thought they did that. Didn't they not do that on PS3?
I mean, don't remake the original game. I mean, make a game like Sonic.
Okay.
Adventure. Like it doesn't have to be like Sonic Adventure 2, or I guess there was a 2, but you know what I mean. You make another Sonic Adventure. Instead, they make like Sonic on a surfboard going down a thing. It's like, what is this?
Well, I don't even want Sonic Adventure per se. I want
bring back 2D Sonic.
Well, they tried to do that. They tried to do that, and then that failed somehow. They messed it up somehow. It wasn't like I don't know. I don't. There's arguments that people were saying, which I don't know. I maybe have to go back and play. Is that say Sonic's not really as good as we remember it. It's better how we
You're
remember
just
than actually
nostalgic
is.
as a kid.
So maybe there's some truth to that because, like.
But I've gone back and played some of the old Sonics. Like they have them on mobile now on my phone.
Yeah.
And they're still great.
I mean, maybe it's for mobile. I don't know. Like I don't know. I mean, they have Yakuza. That's the only game that's big.
Yeah,
that's
so big in Japan. I mean, honestly, at this point, Nintendo should just buy Sega.
I don't even like. I don't know. I don't really want Nintendo to buy Sega either.
I mean, at least they have good in-house developers that would. I mean, yeah, they would remake the same games like they do, but like they would make good games at least.
I think. Oh, that's the thing. I forgot. Sega bought Atlas.
Ugh.
That's the thing they bought, and people were all scared about that because they might screw up.
So they'll just
stuff.
ruin all the good Atlas games. I mean, I understand why they would want to do that. They don't really have any kind of RPG base.
Yeah.
And they're a Japanese company.
Well, maybe they'll go the way of Square Enix because Square Enix was kind of downhill. They bought Eidos or whatever the hell they're called, and
yeah,
maybe this will help Sega.
Just give them some kind of library.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
All right, and next news, next big thing, gaming wise, Black Ops 3. It's happening this year. Another Call of Duty game.
I mean, that shouldn't shock anyone. But
Shouldn't shock, but this
I guess knowing that it's Black Ops 3, man,
well, that's what I was
didn't
going to
necessarily expect.
This Black Ops seems to be the majority's favorite Call of Duty series now, right?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's like, oh, Black Ops 2. So
yeah,
this is the third one. This is the one that the one everyone's kind of waiting for. I mean, are you excited, or are you kind of just?
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I honestly didn't love last year's
Advanced
Warfare. I mean, the whole mech thing. I think it almost got too convoluted, But I guess I don't know. We can't blame them because we're always saying don't make the same game, and then they change something and we don't like it. But I didn't think the story was all that cool. And
Kevin Spacey.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't my favorite one of the series, and I think some of the extra stuff around. I just didn't get into the extra stuff,
Yeah.
Like Black Ops has like zombies, which is always great, and
they had. I think they might have been DLC. They had the zombies too, but it was like exo zombies or some shit like that.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Also, the multiplayer was just like the class system is out of control. You just need to pull the reins in a little bit. Like there was so much customization on the multiplayer part. It was like I don't know what's happening. Like there's like 3 perks, then there's some other thing besides perks. Then you're changing kill streaks. Then you're changing. There's other things that are outside the perks that change any of the things above it. And it's like there was so much stuff, and it's like constantly unlocking. It's just like this is just too much stuff. Like you just need to pull back a little bit, I think. I mean, I understand you always want to add more and change, but like then you could take some of the stuff away, maybe, or I don't know. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You're selling a bajillion copies every year. I mean, I don't know that you necessarily need to reinvent the wheel every year, but
I mean, I think they had to do it because I think there is some Call of Duty fatigue, and Advanced Warfare I think it was a good step, like a good direction. My favorite Call of Duty recent years is Ghost.
Yeah,
and
I thought Ghost had a great story.
A lot of people did not like Ghost. They were kind of down on Ghost, which scares me that there won't be Ghost 2. But I really like Ghost. I thought Ghost had a great story, ended with a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And what got me into Ghost was the aliens. That alien mode was so good, and it should to the point where me and my friend were like, "This should be the next Call of Duty game,
yeah.
but just with aliens."
Right.
Because it was fun. It was fantastic. It was just like it was like a 5-part mini-series thing about aliens like invading this world, whatever. And you have this drill, and you go drill at these points and like defend it. Waves of aliens would come, and you get to the point. You keep going. You get to the point. You get to the boss, and be like a big ass alien type thing, and you eventually kill it. Once you kill it, it'll be like a detonation, and you have to run back to the copter, and like all these aliens would be coming at you and stuff, and it was just so great. And like once your whole team died, you were done, right? That was the end of it, and you're like crap, right? And you get upgrades, like you get upgrade your gun, you get better shield, you get different perks. Like I had a circle healing thing where I could like revive people.
Right.
And like it got to a point where like me and my friend were organized. We'd be like, all right, we've got to make sure we get the skill points because it'd be like bonus skills. Like don't use only pistols for this round, and then once you do, you get like two bonus points to upgrade your stuff.
Right.
And like we get to a point where like when we screw up in the first one or someone was shooting, we'd be like, quit out. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. Let's go again. And we just played the hell out of it. And that was the first time in a long time where I bought every DLC for a Call of Duty game.
Right.
I've never done that for a Call of Duty game. And this was the one. So my hope is that, Black Ops 3, good. I hope they do something different. I hope they bring bots back because bots was in Ghost. Yeah. And it wasn't in the last one. And I suck at Call of Duty now online. That I just want to play bots, so I feel like I'm good.
I love bots. Oh man, even back to like Time Splitters.
Yeah, like I love bots.
And Red Faction. Yeah, great game.
That's what was so great about Ghost. They had everything I wanted in Call of Duty. And people didn't like it, and I don't know if they're gonna do a Ghost 2. And I really hope they do a Ghost 2.
Yeah, I know. Coming back to Black Ops 3, it's like I guess the next round will tell you. It's gonna either be Advanced Warfare 2 or Ghost 2.
Well, the thing I wanted to is like for this Black Ops 3, do they have exoskeletons in it as well?
I would think not, right?
Can you go back? So Advanced Warfare sold really well, and a lot of people liked it, and it reviewed pretty well. Yeah. And a lot of people like that exoskeleton. So can they go back to not having the exoskeleton?
I think you can. They've done before. They're a little older, but where they would like completely change, time periods from one to the other.
Yeah, but I feel like looking at Call of Duty. Once they jumped to the Advanced Warfare type setting, they never went back.
Right.
Like I feel like I don't know if it's true or not. Didn't they try to go back and then like it failed miserably? Like I think they did Call of Duty 4. Yeah. And then I think they did like World at War or some crap like that.
Yes, in between Advanced Warfare
and Warfare
2 was World at War. And that wasn't so much the time period, that just wasn't as good of a game. And I don't know, it was the same people that did Call of Duty 3, which also wasn't as good as like Call of Duty 2.
But those guys are the guys who do Black Ops.
Right.
And they got popular once they brought it back up.
Right.
They didn't go full on like
yeah, Black Ops was like the 70s or 80s like, or something, wasn't it?
It was the Vietnam.
Right.
So, interesting to think about.
Yeah. I know. I think that would be something maybe refreshing too. Are they gonna go back to World War II or the problem is you can't like between like kill streaks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's gotten so out of control, and that's I don't know. I would appreciate going back a little more to the roots, but
I think they need to just go straight sci-fi with it. Like I said, do aliens?
Yeah, that's another direction
do
too.
Do some different things,
which they haven't really done yet. But
we'll
maybe they're afraid of getting. They're competing with Battlefield every year. And
but
maybe they're afraid to.
Are they really? Because I feel like, especially this Battlefield, I feel like it came out. I'm sure it sold well, but I feel like it's going to go away quickly. And like Battlefield 4, I guess they compete with Battlefield 4, but I don't feel like unlike Call of Duty, I don't feel like there's going to be a Battlefield every year.
Yeah, and that's another one. Battlefield originally was not modern.
It wasn't. No, you're right.
And then they had that one too that was like downloadable. That was like
that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Older. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see those. Maybe it'll be a different spin-off, but something go back more into the roots. But I'm still excited.
Yeah, I'll play it. I play every year. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna be going at midnight to get that one.
Yeah.
Let's transition to more movies and TVs. Last week they showed the first teaser of True Detective. Did you see it?
I did watch it.
What do you think?
I actually saw it. I think they played it right before Game of Thrones started. But
okay.
I don't. The trailer didn't really get me excited. I didn't understand what was really happening, and I feel like it was almost like, hey, look who's starring in this season.
Yeah, I agree.
And it wasn't like, hey, this is what it's about.
Okay.
So, I think it's fine. It didn't turn me off to it, but I did learn some people that were in it that I didn't know were in it. Like Rachel McAdams, I didn't know was in it.
I didn't know she was in it too. I was very excited when she was in it.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I think it'll be different, but I didn't get very much story, so it didn't really.
I can't remember how the first trailer of the first True True Detective was. Because I feel like
it was similar. I think.
Was it similar? Because I feel like that's the point of True Detectives. Like, guess people who you don't expect to be in a TV series.
Yeah.
Is in a mini TV series.
True. It was like, oh wow, these guys are gonna be in a TV show. I mean, not that it's really a TV show. It's kind of in between, but
yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It didn't. I don't think the original really tipped you off to what it was.
Were you a big fan of the original?
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was great.
So yeah,
I thought it was really cool. This is going to be so different. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I would love, and I was talking to my guy at work. I would love to have, like, years from now, after they get to the final, they're going to do the last season of True Detective. I would love if there was some piece in every season that connects them all. For example, first season, Woody Harrelson's like, what was it? What's his name? Other guy. Not Woody Harrelson. I can't think of his name now. Main dude. You can't think of anything? Matthew McConaughey.
I don't know. It's not even like I couldn't think of the name. I just was pulling a complete blank.
Matthew McConaughey talks about how they didn't get all the people. And then Woody Harrelson says, we got our guy. So I would love it to be those people who they didn't get is connected to every season. And then we get to a big finale where it just wraps everything up. Like, it's like this big conspiracy for years.
Yeah, because that's what I think when I first watched it, I thought, oh, that's kind of how they'll link it. But then they came out and said, it's something completely different. But I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good to see Vince Vaughn in a more serious.
He used to do some serious stuff.
Yeah, and he was great.
And he was great, and then he kind of just went.
Maybe he went the way of Ben Affleck.
Also, I don't think too.
Well, I'm just kidding.
Yes and no. I
mean, I'm sure it's hard to turn away money when they just are throwing every movie.
Well, I think after Wedding Crashers. Oh, no, maybe not even.
Right, like everybody wanted him to be in their movie, so you're just like, man, I'm going to make so much money. Like, yeah, why not? Who cares if it's a bad movie or not?
Be stupid.
And I don't blame you for doing that for a few years and then just making a bunch of money and then saying, okay, now I can be more selective. Yeah. Now I have a bunch of money. I would do the same thing probably, honestly. Yeah.
One thing I noticed with Vince Vaughn, he looks thin in that trailer.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
I was like, he looks very thin.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, what happened? He lost a lot of weight because he was looking kind of a little chunky there a couple of years.
Right.
Kind of slimmed down again.
Yeah, and I wonder if that'll be because he's like kind of like an informant criminal, right? I feel like that'll be kind of part of the character, But
well, yeah, True Detective. Excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. Definitely.
Me too. The next thing, probably a good discussion here, is they just released the new trailer for Terminator Genesis last week, trailer 2, and in this trailer, there's a big revelation that basically John Connor is essentially the bad guy in this movie.
Right. I feel like you should say spoiler, but you can't because it can't be a spoiler.
It's not a spoiler.
It's in the trailer for the movie.
Which is my whole point. It's like, why did you show this? Like, you could have easily not shown this piece.
Would have made it awesome.
And it would have been a good shocking revelation. Then.
Right.
It would have been what the F moment. Like, what the hell?
Right.
Right? Big twist. Probably digging it. But now, like you and me sitting here, we see it and we're like, is this going to work?
Yeah.
This is kind of stupid.
I'm not even excited at all.
Like it just went down. Because I saw the first trailer. I was like, you know what? I'm down. This looks like it's going back more to the traditional roots.
Right, that's what it looked like, and that's what they said.
And now I'm getting a Terminator Salvation feel.
Well, what I don't understand is they like show the time period going back, and there's like clips from the original movies, and it's like,
well, is there clips from the original movies? I don't think there's clips from the original movies.
Like all that's new footage?
I think it's all new footage.
Even the come with me. Oh, she's just saying that. I mean, I guess they're doing the throwback. I guess. I don't know, but like the time period. So it's her before she has John, or is it?
So what they're doing, they're kind of doing like a new Star Trek kind of thing, where
so they're changing the timeline.
The timeline gets changed.
See, that's what's confusing because they go back in time again after they went forward for the last few.
Sure there might be some time jumping,
and then so then they're going back to. I mean, it looks like it's like maybe her pre-having John at all.
So the way I understand it is they're basically forgetting the last two moons, and like kind of playing like accepting the history of 1 and 2, and then going back and kind of messing with the timeline of those two movies.
Okay.
So my understanding is forget what happened in 3 and 4.
Okay.
think of 1 and 2,
Yeah.
and now they're going back and doing what they did.
And changing it again.
Yeah, they're going what they did with Star Trek, but with this.
Right. It's like, time has changed.
And in theory, I like when they do that because it's like you don't forget what happened. Like that actually kind of still happened, but now you can kind of do your own thing. Which I was like, you know what? I'm kind of excited, and the fact that it's going to be 3 movies supposedly.
Yeah.
It's like a new trilogy or 2. I forgot what it is. So I'm like, you know what? That's exciting. That's cool. Hopefully Arnold, lives long enough to make these movies. But I was excited for that. But this new John Connor revelation, I'm just like I said, I'm like, okay. And then you're like, I don't know if this works. I don't like. How does this work? How is now like an adult John Connor a Terminator, and not to go back and like fix John Connor? I don't know. It just doesn't. Seem right.
It was way too much in the trailer, which I hate. And you're right. It just makes you like question how does that even work? It's so confusing. Nobody needed that. I don't need any information in the trailer like Mad Max. We talked about that last episode.
Yes.
And we got no story, no how it fits into anything, and I don't want any of that until I see it. All I needed to see was like, what is this going to look like, and how awesome is it going to be? And that's exactly what it did. And I was like, okay, this looks great. I don't care what happens. I just know I want to see this.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think if they would have just showed the shots of, Arnold being the Terminator again and all the stunts, which they show, I mean, that would have been enough and I would have been excited.
Yeah.
But instead, it just turned into
the whole John Connor thing. That's like the one thing. I'm like, why did you show this?
Yeah.
Why show it? Well, let me throw this at you. Let's play a little devil advocate. Like, it's been good. What if this is like, there's another big revelation in this movie?
So they throw it again? No, it's too late now. You ruined it.
You think there's... Like, I highly doubt it's going to be... They're smarter to do it, but you think...
Well, still give me both in the movie. I don't need...
That's true. That's true.
That's like getting a trailer for The Sixth Sense and they show the scene where it's like, oh, he's dead. And then you go to the movie and you'd be like, what? Like... It would be confusing, one, if you hadn't seen the movie at all, and then it would ruin the whole thing. It's like, it doesn't make any sense.
I agree. Oh man, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
I
probably still see it anyway. So
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna see it because I mean that's the thing too. Like, I still want to see it because I kind of want to see like how does this work. I mean it does grab you, I think, a bit with that revelation, like. Yeah. But at the same time, you're like it'd been so much better if they just held strong and were just like, you know what, we're just gonna hold it for the movie, and it's gonna be this big surprise. Yeah. But what else? Next news, probably the last bit of news. You have it on here.
Oh yeah.
You want
to? We were going to talk about Game of Thrones.
Oh, let's talk about Game of Thrones real quick.
So Game of Thrones.
So two more pieces.
Season premiere. You watched it. What'd you think?
It was good. Nothing big really happened.
Yeah, there was a lot of setup.
It was good. I'm excited to see more Sansa. She looks kind of dark. Like she's got some. I laughed at that. They threw that kid in the little camp thing, or like, all right, screw him.
Yeah. I do hate that kid. Yeah, I mean, so what happens in the books at this point that they're at?
I didn't read the books, but
I'm not going to say the story. No spoilers. But just how the books are written, they split the characters.
Okay.
So book 4 only has like 4 or 5 characters.
Okay.
Like it has Cersei and the younger Stark girl, that goes off on the ship. Arya, and so it doesn't try to do them all at once. There's no Tyrion, there's no Jon Snow, there's no. So then the 5th book, then they go to those characters, and it's at the same time. It's parallel.
Okay.
But otherwise, because it starts to stretch too far, because there's so many characters.
Yeah.
And the show does not seem to be doing that because they covered everybody in the first episode, and I'm worried
that concerns
that it could hurt the show. But I think maybe just the premiere wanted to kind of touch all the bases of the characters, and then certain episodes will focus more on certain characters.
Let me bring this up. The fact that, one, supposing there's no Bran or what's his name? his little
right
dude
in the
doesn't
season,
talk to
and
him.
they would go beyond the books. I think if they went further, they would jump that way ahead.
And then also, supposedly, this is a season where they're gonna go way far. Like supposedly, or not spoilers, but they said they're gonna go
Change a little bit.
change from the book, like a good amount. They're gonna change from the book.
Right.
Because they're getting to the point where, you know, he hasn't written the new book yet, right?
Right.
So,
which I mean, I think I'm okay with. I don't know. I think maybe diehard fans might be upset by that, but I don't know that it has to be. It can be its own thing. I don't know if it has to be.
Well, I'll let's talk about this. For example, Walking Dead. I know you're kind of down on it right now, but that has changed so much from the comic book.
And you're happy with it?
And I'm happy with it because, for example, there are some characters who are dead in the comic book who are alive in the show.
Right.
Vice versa.
Right.
For example, Carol.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, whatever. My bad.
You didn't say if she was alive or dead neither, so technically...
Well, this is I'm going to spoil it anyways.
Now spoiler.
She dies pretty early. She dies in the prison in the comic book. Okay. And she dies in a way where just her character's pathetic. She like traps herself to like something and lets like a zombie eat her.
Complete opposite of the show.
Complete opposite. Carol is badass, right? She's one of my favorite characters on the show. Yeah. When she came out on the season premiere with a poncho and a rifle, and she shot that chick in the leg and opened up the zombies to eat her, I was like, this is my favorite character of this show.
Yeah.
And then another good example, Andrea on the show, annoying, died. I was happy.
Yeah, like right away, yeah.
She didn't die. She died in the third season, I think. Something like that. She was annoying with the governor.
A while ago. Yeah,
she died, right?
Yeah.
She's alive in the comic book. And she's good. And she's basically almost... She's like a combination of Carol and Terry's sister. Mm. So they like take personalities and they break it off and like make it into new characters and stuff. And that's fantastic because I love it because I maybe have an idea like, oh, this guy could possibly die because
you don't know what's going to happen.
But I don't know what's going to happen.
And it can be its own thing. Right?
And it's its own thing, and it's fantastic the way to do it. Daryl's not even in the comic.
Yeah, he's like amazing too.
Yeah, he's the best character on the show.
Yeah.
So like you're saying here, like if it's good, then great. And firstly, for me who have not read the books, probably not going to read the books now. Maybe one day, maybe not. I mean, I don't care. Yeah. Like, just make a good story. And then, I mean, just to the point where they might have to do that because when is this guy going to write the book?
Right. Supposedly next year. But then the problem is there's one more book, and at this pace, he writes a book every 4 or 5 years. So it's like, even if he gets to the next book, the show's got, maybe 1-2 more seasons, and then the last book's not coming for, 5 years.
The other thing people said was rumors that he told them how it ends.
So they can get to the same point, maybe, at the end.
So he might finish... The series might finish before the books even finish. Which is going to be kind of crazy, but... it might work out.
I mean, clearly it's working. This news story says they had over 8 million viewers watching live TV. That's not including like HBO Go or any of that.
That's not even including that?
No, that's people that watched it
oh my God.
Live ratings.
That's crazy.
Which is up 1.4 million.
What do you think? Because I watched mine on HBO Go.
Yeah, I watched it live only because it was a free HBO weekend.
Yeah.
So like I just recorded it because we had it. Or watched it because we had it, but yeah, otherwise I watch on HBO Go. I don't really.
And they just launched the HBO Now too as well.
Yeah.
They probably got so many.
Yeah, so I mean it's way more than that. I mean they aggregated all those stats from last year and they had like over 19 million people watching per week.
Dear God.
With including like last year's including DVR and stuff.
Oh wow.
So I mean it's their most popular series ever. So clearly I mean people love it, but I think it'll be good. And it's okay to me that it could be different.
All right. Well, it brings us to our last bit of news. I am very excited about this one.
So MTV says that they are bringing back Celebrity Deathmatch.
Dear God, I'm happy about this. I love me Celebrity Deathmatch.
I think it was canceled in 2002.
Well, it got canceled, then they brought it back, and then it got canceled again.
Right.
So then they bring it back again.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? It's fun. I think there's a show that needs to do that because you need to have like a next buildup of celebrities. And I think there's a gap where you're like, all right, let's let these people kind of build up, and then we can kill out people. Like, how much would we love to see now Justin Bieber get his ass beat? No, you know what the match I want to see? I want to see Jay-Z versus Chris Brown. Like, I would love to see that. And have, like, Rihanna in Jay-Z's corner.
And I think it makes so much more sense now, because I think people are, like, closer to celebrities with like, social media and stuff. And what they said when they announced it is that it's going to be, like, a strong focus on social media. So it'll be like Twitter wars and that kind of stuff, which I'm not necessarily into social media all that much. But I think if it had something where like people are tweeting in, especially for MTV, where it's like young viewers, I think that'll make a lot of sense. But I think you're right. Like you now know so much more about celebrities because it's like there's so much more transparent with that kind of stuff that it's like there's so many more opportunities to make fun of them, basically.
Yes. One of Taylor Swift versus who was it? What's her face? Katy Perry fight.
Oh, yes.
That'd be awesome.
Excellent.
But pose this question: do you think this show will be more popular on a different network
other than MTV?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like Comedy Central, but I don't know. It would have to be cable, and I don't know where else it would really land.
Because like I feel like it says on MTV2. I don't know what channel MTV2. I don't remember the last time.
True.
I watched
shows now are not
MTV.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm true. I would probably be better at Comedy Central. I don't know.
Or maybe like it'd be a great Netflix show.
I think it's true with anything, but I think yeah, you're right. MTV now has. I think the problem is they have so many like female-oriented shows that I don't know what is like a guy's show that's really. I mean, they're reality shows and stuff. But
at one point, like MTV had some decent shows. They had a decent Spider-Man show. It was like a 3D CG that was on. That was really good. They had Daria, which was pretty funny. Again, they had Celebrity Deathmatch. They had Beavis and Butthead when they actually used to do like music videos and stuff. That was good. They had some decent shows on there for a little bit, and then it got into that reality TV era, which I think is kind of dead now. Like I don't watch any reality TV at all.
But it seems like they keep bringing things.
Well, that's just. I mean, when you think about this, like I feel like there's so much less now. There once was a few years back. Because a few years back, it was like everything was reality TV because it was the cheapest thing to make, and
got us through the recession.
And cheapest thing to make, easy to do, all this crap. But now, I think, and it also brings up the emergence of like Netflix and stuff. I think because now people can basically get TV when they want it, how they want it. And they now want more shows, more intelligent shows, actual good TV shows.
Yeah, I think the production value
just kind of took out the reality TV.
Yeah.
So now it's like people just want some good stories now.
Yeah, people want the shows that are almost movies. You know?
I'm happy about that. Like this is the golden age of TV right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like there's never been a part like a point of the history of TV where it's been so phenomenal like it is right now.
And so much available.
Yeah, and just
and it's not restricted by anything.
It's not restricted. It's just like I said, Daredevil. Bloop. Here's 13 episodes of Daredevil.
Look.
Watch whatever you want to watch. And like my mom's texting me like, I just knocked out 2 episodes last night. I'm like, that's great. I killed this whole series, but
right.
I mean, man. Well, but going back to Celebrity Deathmatch. This is something I would definitely check out when it comes out.
I'm excited.
Well, I think that's all the stories we really want to talk about. Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
Anything? No? How's life? Life's good?
Life's good.
School's good? School's good?
Got finals next week.
Finals?
Yeah.
Hell week?
Yeah, well, I guess I got 2 weeks. Reading week is next week.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is the end of our podcast. Hopefully back next week.
Yeah.
Next weekend, hopefully again.
Yeah.
Again, this is Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm Stefan. And this is the last podcast you'll ever need. Bye.